MSNBC Pundit tells Democrats why they can kiss black vote goodbye. He says, "You're talking about us without us." Hello and welcome to TST. If you're new to the channel, tap on the subscription button and press the notification bell so you can receive news and updates that you can rely on daily. The Democrat Party's notable lack of so-called diversity isn't sitting well with some, including recent MSNBC addition Joshua Johnson, a longtime public radio host who joined the network as an anchor last year. During a roundtable discussion Sunday morning on NBC's Meet the Press, Johnson complained to four of his colleagues about the notable dearth of black candidates at last Friday's Democrat presidential primary debate in New Hampshire. Take a watch.
One other aspect, Casey, since you brought up African-American voters, I was interested this week that so much was said about black voters and the plight of black people in the debate on Friday, which just kind of historically to have this stage of mostly white candidates talking very strongly and rhapsodically about the need to support the black community historically is something. At the same time, I can hear black voters saying, if we're so important, why aren't we there? You're talking about us without us. Cory Booker's gone, Kamala Harris is gone, Julian Castro's gone. You got one Asian guy on the stage and six well-meaning white people telling us what you're going to do for us when we weren't on the stage anymore.
But instead of addressing Johnson's concerns, his four colleagues, all of them white, proceeded to talk about white presidential candidate Pete Buttigieg. Can Pete survive his South Bend record with African-American voters? Left-wing NBC commentator Chuck Todd asked as the played clip concluded. According to the conservative outlook on society and race, the racial makeup of the candidates should bear no relevance on the election. Unlike President Donald Trump, the candidates should be promising to boost the lives of all Americans. As the oft-maligned phrase goes, hashtag all lives matter. Plus, as Jonah Goldberg of National Review notes, the evidence makes it clear that diversity isn't and hasn't been a problem in America for years. All of the first 43 presidents were white men, he wrote 2 months ago. About half were Episcopalian or Presbyterians. Most of the rest belonged to other prominent denominations, and 3 were Christians of no formal affiliation. Then, in 2008, Barack Obama of the United Church of Christ, for what it's worth, became the first African-American president, winning 2 terms. In 2016, Hillary Clinton became the Democrats' first female nominee. She won the popular vote but lost the election to Donald Trump. Given these facts, it's hard for me to see a diversity crisis. The top 4 candidates right now are Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, Pete Buttigieg, and Elizabeth Warren. Biden would be only the second Catholic president. Sanders would be the first Jewish president and the first socialist one. Buttigieg would be the first openly gay and youngest president. Warren would be the first female president and, if her DNA test had gone another way, the first Native American one. But according to the liberal worldview that dominates the Democrat Party, racial identity matters most. Ergo, why it's imperative that racial quotas be forced upon corporations, Hollywood, schools, and of course, elections. The problem is that the virtue signaling rhetoric of Democrats about race, tolerance, diversity, and multiculturalism rarely matches their actions. And so, when the only female black candidate running for the presidency, Senator Kamala Harris, suddenly dropped out in early December because of a lack of money, and one of the only male black candidates, Senator Cory Booker, followed suit the next month after failing to qualify for the 6th and 7th debates, the base began to complain. There are more billionaires than black people who've made the December debate stage. That's a problem. Booker himself tweeted on December 4, a day after Harris's withdrawal from the race and about a week before the 6th Democrat debate. Listen to this.
If you're starting to see the backlash from Iowa media and Iowans themselves saying this is getting kind of ridiculous, we should be choosing who goes on out of the Iowa primary, not artificial barriers or how many millions you have in your personal bank account. And so that is a little frustrating. This was a point that John Kerry lent his campaign $5 million and then went on to win. I do not have $5 million. I made a decision coming out of law school to move to the lowest income area and be a nonprofit lawyer as I started my career. So I don't have those personal millions to sustain. And by the way, if Kamala did, she said she was about $5 million short, if I have that correct. She would still be competing in Iowa right now. And by the way, her voice, whatever you think, I'm in this race because I think I'm a better choice than her, but my sister, her voice, she was bringing things to the table, bringing up issues that the Democratic Party will be woefully lacking. Julian Castro bringing things to the table, bringing things to this debate that in a party that desperately needs Black and Latino voters. And the move, when I was hearing from my female family members who felt some kind of way yesterday, we have a problem right now in the Democratic Party.
Such complaints have only continued to expand since Booker's withdrawal, as have accusations that the Democratic National Committee has been manipulating debate rules to benefit certain wealthy white men like, say, Michael Bloomberg. Okay, so case in point. Again, none of this should matter, according to the conservative worldview. But since the Democrat presidential primary is centered on the left-wing worldview, therefore, the Democrat Party's hypocritical refusal to abide by this worldview should matter. I'd like to know your thoughts and opinions about this in the comments down below. And haven't you checked out the official TST store yet? It has a wide collection of Patriot-themed custom t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, phone cases, and tons more. Make sure to take a look. Maybe help us out picking some products for yourself and your loved ones at great prices. It does make a huge difference to what we're doing here. Link in the description below. If you've liked this report, let us know by tapping that like button down below. Share the news among friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more news and updates on TST. I'm David Ravine, and I'll catch you in the next one.